On this week's episode of Know Your CEO, we get to interact with Username Investment Limited CEO Rueben Kimani, who despite the harsh economic times propelled his company from making 20 million shillings to 500 million shillings in less than 3 years. Take a look. Ever want to know how a CEO sees his wealth? Then here's how. Apart from running an organization and strategizing, their key role is to ensure there is money in the bank. Our CEO this week is Rueben Kimani, the co-founder and CEO of Username Investment Limited, a leading real estate company in Kenya. Under his leadership, Rueben and Username have bagged several awards, the most recent one being the most impactful real estate company of the year in Kenya. Rueben, thank you for creating time.
Thank you, Link, for giving me this opportunity to come to your show. Glad to be here.
It's good to have you, Rueben.
Yes,
now, maybe
yes.
to quickly start off, Username. Tell me about Username from inception.
Username is, some people call it password. I know the viewer is asking such questions.
Because you have username and password.
Username and password, right? Password, everyone has a password, right? Username is 7 going to 8 years old. A company that was formed by 3 directors. We are friends. One of the directors used to be in school with me. We came as a result of looking at our pay slips and realizing there's an opportunity in the real estate sector. Personally, I was passionate about architecture, having done computer engineering in school. I was passionate about it, but when we came together, looked at our pay slip, we were earning above average salaries. Then you ask ourselves, how many people who are young like us? I was 29 by then, 30. How many people are like us who cannot afford the millions shilling property that are being offered?
Rueben, an engineer, IT expert, how easy or hard was it for you to become a businessman? How was that transition for you?
I knew from the beginning. I've done, I've been a cobbler, repairing of shoes. I've sold cabbages. I'm someone who has been socialized into business from an early age. And finally, I decided to quit after 5 years in Safaricom. That was my last posting. So for me, it was not such a difficult decision to make, but it becomes difficult when you lose the 5-figure salary or 6-figure that you are earning, and you don't have something for rent. You don't know how you'll be getting money, and now you are just jumping ship to another vessel.
Do you have fears?
Oh, definitely, man. I remember I wrote a resignation letter that stayed in my inbox, Outlook, for 2 months. You keep looking at it. Because what happens in computers, the moment you click that send button, ata ukitoa keyboard ya power, even if you remove it, yes, that email has gone and you cannot move back.
Tell me about being the most impactful real estate company in Kenya.
Life is about impact, Bwana Link, and this is something that is very clear in my mind. You want to change people's lives. The thousands of young people I was talking about, people like me who had pay slips, the thousands of people in the country, we realize even older people used to take our projects because that's where most people are in terms of income ranges. So I'm happy every time I go to our projects, I see people building. You feel, hey, I'm the guy who did Buruburu, for example.
Rueben, COVID-19, you spoke of COVID-19.
Yes.
And so many companies either shut down or really struggle with operations. But you have been winning awards even through the pandemic period. How were you able to keep Username afloat?
We met just after COVID came. That was in March, and we were scared. We thought we would maybe stop the business altogether. We were scared. But then we said, there's a silver lining even in every challenge. Challenges are important, I would say that. There's a silver lining if you look clearly. Then we said we can try, you see, like, business is about trying, even life. You try things, you see whether we can try some things that we think can work. And then we said for customers, bank were offering moratoriums. We said for our customers, we'll give them 3 months. If you're not able to pay, we'll give you 3 months break. Then you'll be able to come back on case-to-case basis.
Rueben, away from the serious stuff, let me actually unbutton. It's time for quickfire. Yeah. Now we get to know a bit more about Rueben Kimani. It's your time to button. It's my time to unbutton. Rueben, this is quickfire. Demystify one myth about real estate.
one thing that people know, even in the street today, tell me about real estate. They'll say someone will con, or someone will, in the street language, they say atakutoa viatu.
Atakutoa viatu.
It's a con game, right? It is not.
If you were to buy land, what procedures would you follow?
The first and most important thing is due diligence. Of course, you start with budget. How much do you have, and what is the use for that property? Is it investment? Do you want to build your house? Number two, you do due diligence. Number three, ensure you always fill all the paperwork. Very important, the agreement, the letter of offer, the transfer documents. If you are not sure, ensure you use a company that is trusted. You can see the development they have done, the title deeds they have offered, the projects they have done. If you cannot remember all those, look for a lawyer, they will be able to help you.
Rueben, in 2016, you were conned. Just a year after you quit your well-paying job, how much money were you conned?
5 million.
5 million shillings.
Yes.
When was the last time you boarded a matatu?
I think less than a month.
What car do you drive?
That's a difficult one. I like speed. I'm a BMW kind of a guy.
Is that your dream car?
I'm waiting for X8.
X8?
Yes.
Are you in a boys club?
Of course, yes.
What do you do in that boys club?
One of the things about, of course, is encouragement, and of course we do a lot of fitness. By then, that is the binding factor, fitness. It sets you the mood for the day, especially in the morning. Number two, I like movies, of course, entertaining myself. And of course, I like going out.
What is the craziest, most expensive thing you've ever bought?
That is a setup. I'm a gadgets kind of a guy, as you'd expect. I think my gadgets are the most expensive thing.
Are you a spendthrift or are you a saver?
If my wife was here, they are different. I would say I'm a spendthrift. Everyone has an extravagant habit, right? Yes. Everyone.
Yes.
Not.
What book are you reading now?
The 4 Hours Work Week by Tim Ferriss.
Yes.
Yes.
What is most exciting about that book?
Basically, it's talk about being able to achieve a lot in less time, right?
Knowing what you know now, what would you do different?
One of the things I would tell you, I will talk about 2 things. Be very flexible, especially to the young people. Be very flexible with life. Number 2, I would like to say this. The earliest you get to know what you are supposed to do, don't waste time.
So Rueben Kimani was our CEO this week. He is a CEO and co-founder of Username Investment Company, a leading real estate property company in Kenya. The conversation on Know Your CEO continues next Monday.